So welcome to our Tuesday Night Live. It's the last Tuesday of the month of August. And you guys, we're going to share some ideas tonight. But I want to tell you guys, our tagline for this seminar year, as we are breaking a Trude area record, is hashtag moving with fearless faith. So I'd love for you guys to either type in the chat or hopefully unmute yourself and tell me, when did you have a moment this week where you felt you were moving with fearless faith? What great thing happened to you? Could be you talked to a person, could be you got a name and a number, could be you did your first virtual party or maybe your first in-person in a while. But anybody want to share with me when they had a moment where they were thinking, I'm moving with fearless faith? Anyone want to share? That includes you too, Lori.
I just asked you to please, I think we need to share the link to the Mary Kay video.
Absolutely.
Because she herself said, when you're feeling down or when you're feeling discouraged or when you're listen to this again. So we need the link to that. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's on In Touch or you got it off YouTube. I don't know
where you got it off YouTube. But you know what everything Mary Kay said in there, when you have the positive child and negative child, I remember the psychologist said, but they're twins, and they put the positive kid in a room full of horse manure and the negative kid in a room full of toys. And the negative kid kept crying because he was sad. And the positive kid said, there's a pony in here somewhere. So you guys, what you tell yourself is how you handle emotional management. Remember, we talked about emotional and managing your time, managing your money, and managing your emotions. And our emotions can be like, whoop, whoop, whoop. I mean, you just can go like this. So the most important thing is when you're feeling this, what's happening? Pay attention to your surroundings. What's triggering that? I feel invincible. I can do anything. Maybe it's a website hit. I know Marty just got some website hits. Maybe that's what makes you feel like unstoppable. And then when you sense that, like, when you sense that emotional thing starting to go down, what triggers that? Is it your date book is empty? Is it no one's calling you back? Is it you're texting people without a response? Like, what triggers that? I don't know if I can do this, or whatever mumbo jumbo you're telling yourself. So pay attention to that, because exactly, Laura, what you just said is what Mary Kay said, is whatever you believe, you believe. And she says, if you think you can't, you can't. So anybody want to share a moving with fearless faith moment? I'll actually start. So I got a easy checkout customer order from a lady named Michelle, and all it says is Michelle, Pleasant Hill. I don't know her last name. I don't know her address. I just know her name was Michelle from Pleasant Hill, which could be a million people, right? So I went into the ProPay part and it gave me her last name. So on ProPay, it only gives me her first and last name and her city. So then I went to Facebook and I typed in that name in that city, and up came one person. And I go, okay, I bet you that's her. So I private messaged her on Facebook and I said, hi, my name is Diane with Mary Kay. I understand you placed an order on my website. I just want you to know that I'm happy to bring you any samples. I don't know how long you've used Mary Kay products, but I'd love to take care of you. Do you have any questions on products I can answer? Anyway, I was trying to be helpful and let her know I was there, but I don't know her. And she put on there that she'd prefer not to get a call. She wanted to get a text or an email. Right. So I'm kind of like a little cautious. So she immediately, like within 60 seconds, responds back to my text and says, I'm so glad to find you. I've had Mary Kay consultants off and on. I love the product. I'm out of a bunch of things, so I'll be in touch. But I have some questions about foundation matching. When is there a time we can talk? And I said, oh, well, do you do Zoom? She goes, I do. I said, well, let's jump on Zoom in like an hour. So we jumped on Zoom that same day that she placed an online order. We talked. I obviously needed to see her in person because she wanted to be stripe tested. So I made an appointment for the next day. I was going to Concord and I met with her. And so far she's ordered $130 in addition to the $60 she bought on my website. And then I talked to her today and she wants a few more things. I could tell money's an issue, or she's like, well, I got to be careful on how much I spend. I said, well, do you know if you have 2 or 3 people jump on virtually with you, you get $100 at half off? She says, well, how does that work? I said, well, you just pick the 3 to the 5 most fun people in your life and we send them an invite and I mail them samples. And she goes, oh, I'll do that. So it's like, so again, it was an easy checkout order that I could have just said, because I didn't know you could find them on ProPay. I could have said, oh, look at that. I got a $60 wholesale order. Yippee. And been excited, right? I didn't do anything to earn the $60 or no, actually it was $84 retail. So I didn't do anything to earn the $41 wholesale. But by the follow-up, not only have I met with her, she bought another 100 plus, and now she's booking a party for me. So you guys, it's truly, I swear to you, I know you guys hate the statistics, but 80% of the people, if you do 80% of the sales, go to the person who makes that seventh or eighth contact. So my moving with fearless faith was reaching out to her, texting her, and doing the and then some. And hopefully I've now tied her to me as a customer for life. So that was my moving with fearless faith moment. Anybody else have one they want to share? I know, Brenda, you had an interesting party.
I had a very interesting party.
So
They
tell us.
put me, well, they put me, so it was my sister-in-law in Florida. And so I was the only one virtual. They were all there in person with her. And we had gone a couple days before, we had gone and did a test run with her laptop where I would be situated to see the room. Could I hear her? Could she see me? Blah, blah, blah. 10 minutes before the party, she tells me, we're going to put you on the TV instead. So here I am on this TV. Lord knows what I look like. I mean, everyone was apparently saying how great my skin was, but all I could think was my big head is on this big TV. But anyway, I could hardly hear the people in the room. So when, I'm asking them questions like, how old do you think Mary Kay was, when she started, blah, 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 and all that kind of thing. And anyway, it was interesting. So I just smiled a lot and just kept going. And but I've done a ton of follow-up, and I got 2 people, not one person sent in the hashtag party board the correct way. They all put in under 1, 2, and 3. These are the items. 2 of them sent in, these are the items I want. And anyway, but I followed up, and I actually today got another order. I've been talking to this lady back and forth. She uses something I'd never heard of, Derma Aware or something, Derma Aware. Anyway. And but she's going to try our retinol. And so there was $100 right there. So nice. I think I'm up to like 700 now for the party, but
your party was over 700.
Yeah, if I'm sitting, because there was several
you must have looked really good, honey. You must.
Well, I know, but that's what I mean. It's like follow up, just keep back and forth. So, I don't. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so let's make this a quick training moment. I know I'm totally putting you on the spot, so I apologize for that. But let's just time warp back now with this experience. What would you have done different to get more hashtag party boards, or what would you have done different? What would you have left the same? What was your greatest takeaway from this? So because we can all learn from each other.
Well, my greatest takeaway is just that it's okay if it doesn't go the way that it was planned. That, I mean, you can't control a hostess that changes.
Yeah, when she gets you on the big screen TV, you just go with it, right?
And they all had samples. Yeah, I mean, they all had samples, but like only 2 of the 10 ladies, there was 10 ladies. 2 of the 10 are the ones that did anything on their face. The rest of them did nothing with it. They just listened to me. Yes. So, it was just like, you have very little control when you are virtual. Well, you don't have a lot of control even in person, but a little more. They feel a little more like, okay.
They have to follow.
Yeah. But, anyway, it was just, it really, what this taught me was, it just cemented that the follow-up really is the key. You don't assume that it's a flop. You just keep going. You just follow up. And, so yeah. That's what was my takeaway. My learning experience was,
and that was even when they say $700 retail takeaway. So that's a
yeah. And I didn't share it. I mean, what's really bizarre is one of the ladies that she wound up having a reaction to the products, and she's still wanting to do a virtual party. And then the lady that has all this Derma Aware product, I mean, you should have seen, she sent me pictures. She's got like 20 bottles. I said, how do you keep it straight? But anyway, she's going to get the clinical solutions and wants to have a party in January when I go visit my sister-in-law there in Florida. So
Nice.
You must have been very good.
I just, smiled a lot.
Brenda, do you know there's a clinical solutions video that Janice made where she strung all three of the models together from the company? It's like a 10-minute video, and you could actually send that to her so she can learn all about clinical solutions and the potential side effects and how it all works.
Okay, is that on her site?
It's on Janice's, yeah, it's under
Okay,
virtual
all right.
resources. It just is
All
called
right.
clinical solutions. So it just might be something you might send to her. So, so you had a $700 plus party.
Yeah. I know I should have sat down and truly
No, that's
had that number
exciting.
firm.
That's
But
exciting.
yeah,
So,
it's
so what I
awesome.
find is if you guys physically have, and granted they may not be, but if you physically have a hashtag party board in front of you and you keep holding up and say, this might make your hashtag party board. Are you guys writing on this? I just did a party recently where I was at a lady's house and I was doing her and her 35-year-old sister. And then the other 4 family members were all on her laptop on the table. So I was spending half my time going, are you guys following? And I go, how are we doing here? And it's like, because I was talking to the laptop and then the 2 people at the table. So it's kind of like trial and error. You just try different things and figure out what's going to work. I'm so proud of you though. And I think your retail sales this month by now have got to be in excess of $1,500.
Yes.
How's that feel?
Awesome.
Yeah. Good for you. Now, is your sister-in-law on your team, the one from Florida?
No, she will not. She won't even be a like Costco person, but yeah, you know what I mean? Where it's like,
I don't know. I think we should talk to her because she might just want to service those 10 people herself. Maybe not. I don't know. Just a thought.
Yeah,
Okay.
She's really stubborn. I don't think so. But
I don't know what we might be able to make her think that she's chasing us. It's all good. So you guys, you never know what people are looking for. So
yeah.
Well, congratulations on your $700 party that took you way outside your comfort zone.
Thanks.
And congratulations on your follow, because it is all in the follow-up. And when we do a party like that, we're like, I think when I talked to you at first, your sales were like 200, barely 200.
Yeah, barely 200.
And so then now 4 days later, you're telling me you sold 700. So it is all
right. Right.
Good for you. And you guys, if you don't get a hold of them the first time, it's just because they're busy. They're not ditching you. They're not trying to not talk to you. So don't take it personal. Go, they don't want to talk to me. They don't want to buy. No, they've got a sick dog, a sick cat. Somebody stole somebody's homework. I mean, it's like, it's life. So Brenda, congratulations on your moving with fearless faith moment. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Very exciting.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to share a win from this week? A moment where they were moving with fearless faith. Anybody else? Anybody want to share? Lori, do you have a moment you want to share?
Well, I'm just excited about this. Okay, tomorrow is month end. And so there is still time for people to get orders in. And I'm excited about the 55% off on the palette.
Yes.
Because there's so many things that we can do for that. And you all like the Texans, you may really want to get, if you like these, you may want to get it because it is about to sell out. Look how pretty this is. And it's very hot. And Diane, that is a little entry for you. You have an event coming up.
Yeah. So you guys, so what Lori said about the palette, here's the cool thing. So how much do these retail for? Who knows the price off the top of their head? Fast. Who knows the price?
Carrie said it, but she's muted, so we couldn't hear her.
25.
25. Okay. So this retails for 25. So right now it's $11.25. So here's what I'm going to say. Let's say Marty's my customer, or maybe Marty's bought 2 things from me. I'd call Marty and say, Marty, you won't believe this. Are you sitting down? She'll go, yeah. I say, well, Mary Kay has a thing called a palette. It's about 5 inches by 8 inches. I don't really know how big this is, but I'm guessing like 5 by 8. And I said, and it's a compact that retails for 25. And right now, if you book a party with me to be held by September 15th, you get the palette for free, the $25 compact for free. Yes, you guys, that's costing me $11 out of my pocket. Get over it. It's empty. Like, what is she going to do with an empty compact? Now, I don't say that to Marty, of course. I say, Marty, you get the $25 compact for free. And then guess what? You get for every girlfriend that comes and jumps on your virtual party. You could have 4 people, you could have 8 people, you could have 12 people. You get an item at half price for every girl that's on there. Could be pressed powder, could be bronzer, could be cheek color, could be contour, could be shadow. So if you have 8 of your friends on, you're going to pick 8 things to go in here at half off. And you already get the compact for free. But I can only do this with 5 people. Does that interest you, or do you want in? And if she goes, well, I have to think about it, say, well, don't think too long, because I only get to do this with 5 people. And so if Marty says yes, and I call one more person, I call Brenda, I said, Brenda, guess what? I only can do this with 4 more people. I can only do this with 3 more people, because I don't want to give away too many of these. But if I get 5 parties booked, so she gets it at the day of her party. If I get 5 parties booked to be held between now and September 15th, you're going to have a phenomenal first 2 weeks of September, right? Now, here's what's cool. So let's say Madison books a party for me, and Madison lives close by. So if I know that I could count on Madison, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to drop this off, because I know Madison's party for sure is going to hold. And I'm going to probably put in here 10 samples of miscellaneous cheek and eye colors. And I say, Madison, I put stuff in your place. So start making your wish list. And I said, if you fall in love with everything, just bump up how many people are coming to your party. So maybe Madison was going to start with 4 people. Now she's got 9 people coming to her party, because she's thinking, I want blush, I want contour, I want highlighter, I want 5 shadows.
You can even coach her about that.
Yeah,
What
absolutely.
would you like?
You can
What
even,
would you like in it?
and
If
then I'd
money
say,
were no
Madison,
object.
for every party that books off of your party, you get another item at half price. And so if 2 of your girlfriends book off of your party, I'll even throw in the applicator. So my goal would be, how full can I get this for Madison? Like literally be all over that. So you guys, they don't normally do this. This also makes a great holiday gift, because men don't
Yes.
want to pick the woman's colors out.
Yes.
Trust me. And the woman does not want the man picking out her colors. So one of my number 1 gifts for the holidays is this, with a certificate. So here's how you coach the man. He says, well, I'd love to that. I said, well, you want to know what the most popular gift is? Because your wife or girlfriend's going to want to pick stuff out. I said, is the palette, and then with a gift certificate. Now he's thinking $25, right? Because they don't know. So I show him a picture of it filled from the lookbook. And I say, well, that picture, to fill it, that's like $237. Now all of a sudden they go, what? And I said, yeah. So most guys get either 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, whatever you want. And he'll go, and I say 100 is about normal. And then he goes, okay, well then I'll do 100. So then I mark this down 5. So I sell him the whole thing for 120. Now, for her to open this, you don't want her to open empty. So in here's a color card based on her eye color, brown-eyed, green-eyed, blue-eyed color card, and a ton of samples, and a note from me for a new look for the new year. Can you imagine Christmas morning or Hanukkah morning or whatever they celebrate, or whatever, or maybe it's her birthday, she unwraps this and she opens up the hinge lid, and it's full of samples and my information and a gift certificate. She's going to say to her husband or boyfriend, oh my God, you picked out the perfect thing. Because what woman doesn't want to fill a whole palette full of brand new colors? So this is a great thing, you guys, to get these at 55% off. So this is while supplies last. I don't think they're going to sell it by tomorrow. They might, but these are going to be hot. Now, there are 2 things though in the new fall line that are getting really close to selling out. I do want to do one quick plug though. You guys, if you're not taking these sheet masks and breaking open a box and putting a bow around these, you are missing the boat. I have sold in the last 10 days, 6 boxes. All 6 of the women who bought a box, well, actually, it's not true, because Wendy bought 2 boxes. So all 5 of the women, I gave one to them for free in their order. So all the women ordered between, I think Pam's order was 54, 64, 69. Okay, so her order was 70. All the rest were probably close to 100. And I said, I tucked something in. And Laura says, what'd you tuck in? I said, well, you're the first person to try it. It's our new face sheet mask. And she goes, really? I said, yeah, I'll send you this crazy video of this lady. It's only a minute long, but she'll show you how to fold it, how to squirt it, how to do it. I said, but can you do me a favor? Can you try this in the next 24 hours and give me your feedback? I said, I haven't even tried it. It's so new. She's like, okay. So Laura posts on social media a picture of her with this on and says, I love this. I have to have more. And so she called the next day and says, when you drop off the rest of my stuff, can you bring me a box? And then I let Wendy do it. Wendy ordered 2 boxes for me. Then I gave up one to Pam in her order. Pam ordered a box for me. So gang, realize this costs $2.50, but it counts toward my star. Mini oil-free eye makeup remover is $3. It does not count toward my star. So maybe don't do the section 2 gifts with purchase and have this be your next gift with purchase. Break open a whole bunch of these, put your reorder sticker on the bottom, put a cute little bow on it and just tuck these in, but let them know you've tucked it in and say, I really, really want your feedback. And in a box, you get 8. So if you're going to think big, you want to have enough to at least get, I would say maybe 16 customers. So you want to get 2 boxes, break them open, try one on you guys. They're amazing. I will say, let them know that there's a lot of extra gel. So all of the people that tried it said, well, there was so much extra liquid. I said, oh, just go south, just put it on your face and just go down. Anyway, these will not sell out. These are not going to sell out. So don't panic, but definitely get some to do as gifts with purchase. The only reason I sold the 5 boxes so far that I've sold is because I gave every single one of those women one to demo or one as a gift. Okay. The 2 things that are selling out, they might sell out by tomorrow. I mean, they both said, we don't know based on volume of how many directors and consultants are ordering, are these 2 items. These are the 2 things that are going to sell out. So this is the eye quad. And not that you want to tell your customers this, but one of the directors did this. She pried all the eyeshadows out of here and they have a metal backing. So she put them in her big palette, which you're not supposed to do, I don't think. But anyway, so these shadows are absolutely stunning, you guys. These colors are matte. And this is a slight shimmer. And then those are much more shimmery. And that one's kind of a middle of the road shimmer. So we have a local event on September the 10th. It's a Saturday. Check-in is at 3:30 where we're going to professionally stripe test. And the event starts at 4. Now I'm hoping Carrie McCurdy, you fill an entire table full of people. And any of you guys that are local, Madison, any of you guys that can do it. So it's going to be on Saturday the 10th. And it's going to be at a local hotel. It's going to be a super fun event. We only have seating for 32 people. And what we'll do is we'll have a foundation or CC cream matching station when they check in. And then they're going to actually get to try a couple of these and we can take their pictures and check it in for the contest. Now, Connie, who is on Brenda's team, texted me and says, am I allowed to post this if I want to host this? I said, absolutely. So even though Connie's on the East Coast, Connie could have a party at her house with a palette. She's going to have 5 or 6 people around her kitchen table, and she's going to have me on an iPad or a laptop. And so I'm going to be teaching at the hotel, and Connie's going to be streaming it into her party at her house.
Very smart.
Which is super, super smart. I'm going to go through skin. I can give you an outline of what I'm going to do, but I would hope for those of you who are not local, like Marty, if you can't get up here with guests, or Brenda, you can't drive cross country or fly cross country, then same thing. I would suggest you guys host something at your house or a studio or one of your girlfriend's places, like a little venue thing, and invite a bunch of people. So the invitation is on our Facebook page. If you haven't seen it, it is posted on there. It has all the information. I'll just screen share this with you guys super quick so you can see it. It is right here, and I can even text it to you. It says, you're invited, Fall for All makeover event, Saturday, 3:30 check-in. Oh, I should have put on here PT. Sorry about that. You guys, it is Pacific time. I wasn't even thinking about that. So you guys know it's California
You'll
time.
have to fill it in. Fill it in.
And it says 6 fall-inspired shades with endless possibilities. You'll be pampered with skincare, foundation, primer, CC cream or foundation, fall warm hues, eye palette, and fall lip color. And we'll have guest drawings. I'm probably going to give away 3 or 4 of those face masks. I'm going to bring some sheet face masks and draw some guests, so they'll get to go home that night with sheet face masks. This is going to be huge, you guys, because the contest for the Mary Kay model contest, it ends on the 31st. So we want to get their pictures done. I'm going to come up with a gift certificate to give them that's redeemable with their consultant. It's only going to be good for 24 hours. It'll be like a $10 or $15 gift certificate that they get if they spend it within 24 hours. After that, it's null and void. You can just say it's like money that disintegrates. Does anybody have any questions on the event on Saturday, September the 10th, whether you're local or you're far away? And Brenda, you could even host some stuff with your team if you want to. Go to their house, go to Connie's house, or go to, why am I blanking? Tammy, or yeah, whatever, or yeah, any of their places. Go to any of them, and you guys could do like a group thing. Anybody have questions on the event? No? Okay. So how are you guys doing with selling this? I mean, has anybody sold any of these beauty boxes? And if so, how are you selling them? Who has sold some beauty boxes?
I think you're the expert on that, dear.
That's okay. You can never too many hot ideas. Carrie, have you sold some of these already?
Yeah, I sold one so far.
Who'd you sell it to?
I took it with me to my appointment.
To see a customer?
Yeah,
And did she buy it for herself or did she buy it for a gift?
she bought it for herself.
Okay.
So, yeah,
It's great because it's got a great value. I mean, we're selling it for 48
I
weeks.
showed it to her in case she wanted I put the idea for holidays, but then of course she was like, well, I want one. So I said, okay.
Sometimes people buy for themselves. That's okay.
Well, and she wanted the clay mask, so we switched the clay to the charcoal, which is no big deal anyway.
Works. Whatever works.
Yeah.
Okay, good for you, Carrie. And so you could even now that she's got the box, you could even follow up in 48 hours and say, hey, I was just thinking about you because the boxes are selling out. Are there any more you want? And I'm happy to hold them for you. I'm thinking holiday gifts, end of year birthdays. Anybody who's got a birthday, September, October, November, December. I mean, think about it, you guys. That's
Now that she has it for herself, she can think about other people.
well, sure. And you
That's
guys think
kinda
about
what I
it.
figured.
September through December is 4 months. That's a third of the year. So who has a birthday? I mean, I'm thinking of all just my family members. How many of them have a birthday from September 1 to December 31st? A whole bunch of us. So anybody else sold these? Brenda?
I have.
Okay,
yeah.
so who'd you sell them to?
So I took the box to deliver when I went and delivered a order to one of my customers and showed it to her.
That's key, you
And
guys. She's taking it with you.
yeah, and she came back a couple days after and said, I want to get that box. I said, okay. And then I had another, just a customer, she had gotten in and looked at the website and catalog and she ordered one
For
without
herself.
me having,
Wow.
Yep.
Fabulous.
Yep. It's her birthday month, so I think she was treating herself.
There you
There
go.
you go. You could even attach a business card to this because they may hold on to this. It's got all the products, the prices and the ingredients. You could even attach like your business card to this. You could attach a gift certificate to this. You could do all kinds of stuff. But if you're going to change out what's in the box, take this out. Because none of my boxes are custom. So I had to take this out because they're not getting this necessarily. They're getting like the charcoal and a sheet mask, or because the way Matt bought them for me is they're going to businesses. So there's anywhere from 2 to 5 women in an office. I mean, he bought about 6 or 7 that are just like the way the company did, but then there was a couple that I had to customize. Good for you, Brenda. Okay, so you guys, the goal is going to be, and we're going to do a countdown early September. How many boxes have we sold? My goal is for us to sell 100. And so your name is any experience with rosacea and charcoal? Yes. In fact, we have a before and after picture, Marty, of a gal, how much better her rosacea was after using charcoal mask for 2 weeks. She used it, I think she used it once or twice a week for 2 or 3 weeks. And her rosacea went from bumpy red and super irritated to just so much more calm. In fact, I even have, that picture of the rosacea gal, it is on our unit Facebook page under albums. It's in there, her before and after her rosacea picture.
It's kind of counterintuitive because you think, the mint and the rosemary, but actually those are calming things. So it really does. It really is good. Really is nice.
Yep. Anybody else sell any of the beauty boxes? So the first 2 people I called said 0, Zippo. They didn't return my phone call. And one said, well, I'll get back to you, which basically was like, go away. And then when Matt bought a whole bunch of them for me, then I got cocky and I go, this is great. So then I called a realtor friend of mine, and I've been just doing them to realtors like back and forth. And I'm saying, who would you say helped you? So my opening line when I'm talking to them is I'd say, well, Marty, would you agree that you had a pretty phenomenal year in real estate? Most realtors are saying yes. And I say, so who would you say, I'm curious, because my nephew does real estate. Who would you say are probably the 3 to 5 people that literally helped hold the glue together? Like people who were a stager or a inspector or an appraiser or whatever. And they might say, oh my God, I have a contractor and he or she repaired stuff like nobody's business. And say, well, are you doing anything to appreciate them? Because during the Christmas time, it's not that uncommon that they get a little gift card from you or whatever. But when it's September, they're not expecting to be appreciated on. So if you guys know a contractor, you guys know a realtor, you guys know somebody in the mortgage industry, anybody who may have gotten either a lot of referrals, maybe even an event planner, it's all about appreciating their staff or appreciating somebody. Now, Laura Morgan, one of my clients who just bought a box of those sheet masks, she said, well, what's in the box again? And so I told her, and I took a picture of it and sent it to her. And she said, my daughter-in-law is having my 2nd grandchild in about a week and a half. She goes, I'm going to see her on Sunday. I'm going to take it to her. So I said, oh, I'll tuck in extra stuff. She goes, oh, you don't have to do that, Diane. I said, no, seriously. So I had one of those big foofy headbands that says Mary Kay, the big gray ones. So I tucked in a gray headband. I tucked in a little mini hand cream. I put some extra shred in there. I think I put a sample of microderm in there. And so I put a really fancy bow on it and I dropped it off. And Laura was so grateful. She's like, my daughter-in-law is going to flip out. Oh, and I put a gift certificate in there for $15 with me because I don't know her daughter-in-law, but it's kind of like my easy way to get my foot in the door. Does that sort of make sense? Anybody else have a great idea on how to sell boxes, sell beauty boxes, or any idea they're going to try? Anybody? Y'all are quiet tonight. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the palette. We talked a little bit about the box. So I want to share one other little quick challenge thing with you, and then we're going to jump in and we're going to listen to this lady who used the Skin Analyzer app. So if you guys are not using the fall video, I will tell you, it's not that it's that great of a video. In fact, I almost want to re-record it because I think I could do a much better job again for the third recording, but it gets your client to be exposed to all the fall stuff. So I put out a challenge. I made a video. I don't know, did anybody listen to my video that was how to have a great end of August? Did anybody watch that video?
I did.
It was only about 12 or 13 minutes. Did you get any ideas from that, Brenda, that you implement?
No,
Okay.
I got ideas. I just haven't implemented any.
Okay. Did anybody else listen to it and get any ideas? Because the reason I put that together is sometimes it's just having fresh eyes, a different way to look at things. So one of the challenges I put in the video, and I would challenge all of you when you guys to do this. In fact, all of you, who is GPAD 510.1? Is that Candy Hoover?
I bet it's Candy.
Okay. I'm not sure who that is. Is that you, Candy? I'll ask her. I mean, maybe she can tell me who she is. Anyway, so I want to challenge.
Yes.
It's you. Okay. You sound like you're underwater, but as long as I know it's you. Okay. So, so I wanted to say to you guys, you have 24 hours to do this challenge. You're going to go to my YouTube, or you can go on our Facebook group, get the video. And this is what you're going to say is, I need 10 people to watch this and give me their feedback. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to do anything, but I have a special gift for you. I'm going to put you in a drawing for like a $20 gift certificate, but I still have a gift for you. Now you could give them something at half off. I gave mine to a whole bunch of people and I said, you get a half off mascara if you will watch this in the next 24 hours and text me your 3 favorite things, or just give them something for free. It's not that big of a deal. Do you know I've had now like 13 people watch it, all but 2 call me back with an order.
Wow.
They said, okay, I want a box for my sister. I want that sheet mask. I definitely want a sample of Downtown Brown, blah, blah, blah. And by the way, I also need my cleanser, my whatever. So you guys, if you're not using that video on the fall kickoff, I would challenge you guys, if you want to just shake it up. I mean, Brenda, you could go back to your kickoff party that we did 2 months ago, that when you and I started working together, you could literally say, oh my gosh, you guys, would you do me a favor? I only have till tomorrow to get this done. Would you watch this 12-minute video and text me back what your 3 favorites are? That's all I need you to do, because I'm taking a poll. Because what I'd love to do next Tuesday is to report to all of you guys of all the stuff that everybody watched. What are the most popular? So Brenda comes back and says, well, here's what my 10 people picked. 8 of the 10 picked the shave, the beard foam. 6 of the 10 picked beard oil. All 10 of them pick sheet face mask, because then it helps us as a unit know what's going to be the biggest sellers, right? So anyway, I challenge you guys to all send that video out. If you don't know where it is, it's on my YouTube channel. It's also on our Facebook page. Okay. Now my last challenge, our last topic for tonight is we're going to go back to doing rotation training. So I would love for you guys to know that there will be about a 6 to 8 minute cameo each week on a training topic. It'll be either on customer service, or on booking ideas, or generating leads, or closing the sale, or whatever. So there's about 10 topics that Lori and I will be team teaching. And each topic is about 7 to 8 minutes or so, 7 to 10 minutes max. And it'll be a training topic. So if you find that you are stuck in an area, like let's just say, Sandy Muller, you're great at booking, you're great at closing, but then it's like getting the sale. Like they love the product. They're going, this is amazing. They send you the hashtag party board and then you never hear from the people. So wherever you guys might be stuck, or maybe you've got clients that love the product, and they act interested in the opportunity, but then you can't get them to agree to do an interview or share. Wherever you feel that you might be stuck, can you text me those things? Because those are some of the things I want to be able to address. So with that said, I'm going to share with you guys, we're going to play a short video. It's going to take us just to the end of the meeting. The woman who did this video is a single parent. She took the app called the Skin Analyzer app. So let me just read to you what she has done. And thank you, Lori Lagerstrom, for sharing all this information with me. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. This all came from somebody that Lori got a chance to Okay. Her name is Autumn Phillips, single mom and the sales director from Texas. She's in the Jan Thetford National Area. She's been building her Mary Kay business for 4 years. She's earned 2 cars. She's done the quarter sales 3 years and is currently working on her 3rd car. Her most recent results using the Skin Analyzer app. Get this. She sold, are you listening to this, Marty? She sold $1,400 to 5 people in 2 hours using the Skin Analyzer app, a lookbook, and her phone. These people were in the ages between 35 and 85. She did not give them any samples. Now, I'm going to play her video because I really, really want you guys to listen to this. I will also post it. So if you guys want to, okay, where did it go? There it is. Okay. If you guys want to re-listen to this, it's 18 minutes. We may not get to the very, very end, but I'm going to have you guys listen. So get ready to take notes. This is the Skin Analyzer app. And if you guys, your challenge is also going to be to listen to this tonight. I mean, analyze your own face tonight when you get your face washed. Your skin won't look as good at night as it will in the morning. So maybe do the skin analyze in the morning. Your skin's a little firmer in the morning. All right, let's listen to what she has to say.
I'm Autumn Phillips, and I want to share with you just a little bit about the Skin Analyzer app and how I'm incorporating it into my appointments and just really the success that I've had with it. So before I get started, let me just tell you how I came up with this, because I feel like this is really important. There might be like a tiny little message of encouragement in this me finding. So about a year solid. So the entire seminar year of last year. So July 2021 through June 2022.
Okay, good. I'm going to fast forward this a little bit because this takes a couple of minutes. She's telling you that she has 2 discs in her neck that she had to have surgery on and have replaced. So she went through neck surgery. So she couldn't lift things. She couldn't do anything about going places and hauling inventory or products. So that's when she decided to embrace this whole app
These
thing.
Skin Analyzer apps. And at first it was just virtually, because I really
Let me back this up a little
this
bit.
because I needed to figure out a way to work without hauling like product or bags, because I physically could not lift anything. I had nerve damage going down my entire arm. My left hand was just like numb, burning all the time. So I thought, okay, I'm going to use these Skin Analyzer apps. And at first it was just virtually, because I couldn't leave and I didn't think there was a way to do this in person. But once my surgery was complete and I was in recovery, I was just really ready to be back in front of people. Like, that's my mojo. That's where I really do well, is that face-to-face, toe-to-toe. I just love being with the people. And so I started booking these Skin Analyzer appointments and holding it in person the same way I would virtually. And here's what I did. So what I would do is you book, you sell, you recruit all the same way. So we're going to book these parties, and you're just going to book it as, you know, I've got this incredible app. We scan your face and it does like an infrared technology to just really see what's going on with your skin. But let me tell you what I really love about doing these appointments this way. So what it's done is it's really cut out the confusion of appointments. So what I ran into prior is I either needed to demo repair and 3D all at once at my appointments, because typically, you know, you have 20 to 70 at your appointments or even older, or I had to have them try 3D, but then say, this isn't the skincare you're going to use. We'll use something different. That just didn't jive well with my personality. So my appointments were taking forever because I'm explaining 3D, I'm explaining retinol, we're demoing both. And then someone's like, well, I want that. And honestly, we don't always use just one product from one line. So what I do is I send out the app to the hostess and I say, download this and scan your face. And then she sees her results. I'm like, girl, look at all those products. Like, is that not amazing? That is the products that Mary Kay recommends specifically for your skin type. No one else's. It's a custom routine just for you. And I'm like, so insert hostess program if you want to get some of this, you know, whatever your hostess program is. And then that's when she sees all these products like, oh my gosh, Mary Kay recommends these. Wow. Okay, I can get some of this for free. This is awesome. Because prior we're like, oh, you can get some free products. Well, she's like, well, what products do you even have? Well, now she has this long list of products that she sees exactly why she needs to use them. And she's like, wow, I need all of this. Insert, invite your friends. So now we have 4 or 5 friends with us. So what I do is I literally, you're going to think I'm crazy, I take my cell phone and a lookbook. Now, I do not hand them the lookbook. That's why I only have one. Only one. Only one, only one, only one. I do not hand them the lookbook. I have the pages marked for skincare only. That is the only place we look in this lookbook. They don't even get to touch it. I hold it, I reference it, because I don't want them flipping to other pages and getting overwhelmed and saying, well, I need this and I need that. So I pre-profile the same way I would any other party.
Let me know when you're done on here. I'm listening and all.
That's all I do. I'm like, perfect. I cannot wait to see you. Go ahead and scan your face, start playing around with this so that when we get together on Tuesday, on Wednesday, we can go over your results.
Okay, so did you guys catch that? She is giving the link to each individual person. So when the hostess says I'm inviting 6 people, she sends the link of the Skin Analyzer app to each of the people. And then she's calling them and saying, hey, do you have any questions? Go ahead and analyze. And they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. She says, yeah, I can't wait to see you. We're going to go over your everything that the app says. I'm going to explain it all to you. I'm going to give you all kinds of great information. I'll see you on Thursday at the party. So she's sending it to each individual person that's coming to the party, right? So it's kind of like pre-profiling sort of, okay?
So I pre-profiled, they have the scan, they're excited because they see like, oh, wow, this is awesome. These things need to be addressed. Perfect. And then what I like to do is I grab my lookbook, I grab my phone, take a notebook, like just spare piece of paper to scratch down notes, and off to the party I go. Sometimes I'll take samples of the repair or the 3D just in case they want to try it at home before they buy. We do still offer that option, right? But I have not had that happen yet. So here's what happens. I get to the party. We chit chat for a little bit, you know, your normal introduction. Hey, how's it going? I'm Autumn. Tell them a little bit about me. I want to know a little bit about them. So don't be afraid to like talk to them because we're not demoing products here. So we have a little bit more time on our hands. Okay. So then what I do is I'm like, who needs to leave first? Like who's kind of crunched for time? Let's do your skin analyzer first. And so they've already saved their results, like send it to themselves, or they can go ahead and send it to me, but we're going to rescan their face that day because I want to go back over those results. And you pull up their skin analyzer and you go boom, 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 you go through it. Now I've even had some women, they're like, I don't need to rescan. I already know what I want because they've already played with it. But what you need to know, since we are not demoing product, you have to be a student of these products. So that means you will need to know like some ingredients, know what it's doing. And I always have a folder on my phone that is before and after pictures because we're not demoing this. Before I would demo half the face, they would see the difference. But since we're not doing that this time, I have before and after photos of every skincare line. I have it arranged in my phone. So all I have to do is go to the album, pull it up. Okay, so let me just glance at my notes real fast. No buzzwords, okay? For instance, because we're going through the skincare with them. So let's just say we have Nancy, we pull up her skin analyzer.
So she doesn't mean don't use them like no buzzwords. She means know your buzzwords, like KNOW, know your buzzwords. And she's going to give you a couple of buzzwords as an example.
We scan her face. We're like, okay, Nancy, so here's what happens. Other people are listening. So once you talk about 1 or 2 skincares, so like she's 3D and the next person's repair, you don't have to repeat this process with everyone because they're all listening and they're hearing. So when you get to their results, they're like, okay, I want this, this, and this. Because what you're going to do is for those first several people, you're going to individually go through every single option, your texture, your skin tone, your wrinkles, your eyes, and you're going to talk about every product.
Okay, are you guys familiar with what she's talking about? Have all you guys used, I know Carrie, you probably have, has everybody that's on tonight listening, have you all used the Mary Kay Skin Analyzer? Just thumbs up.
I have, yes.
Brenda, okay, Brenda, you have. Marty, have you ever used it? Sandy, Cook, Candy?
Yeah, I used it. I liked it.
Okay, so you guys know what she's talking about, because when you scan it, it's going to give you all the different categories. So it's going to say on there like texture, wrinkles, eyes, all of that stuff. So that's what she's talking about. You're going to go through each one of those things and you can touch on each section and it'll show you. So that's what she's talking about. Once you do it thoroughly with the first couple of people, everyone's listening when you're talking. If you're in a group of 4 or 5 people, they're all
that it recommends for them. Focusing on skincare, okay? Focus on skincare. We can add supplements later. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So what I do is I talk specifically about skincare. Pull up that album on my phone. These are the 3D before and after pictures. Buzzwords are so important. You don't have to know a ton, just know the buzzwords. For instance, I get all of this information off of Mary Kay InTouch, Product Central. Print out that fact sheet. It is your best friend. Or these inserts that come in your skincare, they're perfect. They teach you everything.
Did you guys see what she was holding up? That's the cardboard thing that's in the repair box, and also the cardboard brochure that's in the 3D line. Because that explains all of those products. And even the deep wrinkle filler is even on the repair box, even though that's not in the box.
Everything you need to know about the products. But let me just give you an example of buzzwords for the TimeWise 3D. Normal to dry, combo to oily. Buzzwords: encapsulated resveratrol. What does that do? Okay, it's your collagen booster. It's like working out, going to the gym, keeps everything firm, tight, where it's supposed to be. Okay, and then you have your vitamin B3. What does that do? It's your brightener with sun damage, uneven skin tone, redness. It's that natural brightener. Your body does not create it, so we have to add it. And then you have your your patent pending age defying peptide. It's going to be your turn back time slightly, or your prevent aging. Okay. And I always say slightly because the TimeWise 3D does reverse some signs of aging.
Okay, so you guys are going to go back and listen to that. I want to fast forward to about 11. Here, hold on a second.
That we're addressing. For instance, we have some uneven skin tone. Well, it's recommending the facial peel, or maybe it's recommending retinol. And for the last several months, we're not really starting retinol because we're out in the sun. Retinol's on that wish list. Guess what I'm doing September 1st? Calling all those retinol wish list people because it's time to start retinol. Okay, we're back in school. We're out of the sun for the most part. Vacations are over for the most part. It's time for retinol because it's getting to where we're not outside in the sun as much. That wish list is amazing. 2 reasons. You know what they need next. They have their wish list for their party, so they can have their own skin analyzer party, right? Okay. And then next, right then and there, we schedule their color. All right, we've taken care of skincare. When can I sit down with you and do a color appointment? Color appointments, I still do the same thing as I used to, just because it's different. So let me tell you just about how these parties run. Typically, I'm never there more than 2 hours. Last week, I had 5 women who were there. I only knew one of them. Age ranges 30 to like 75. We had a great grandmother and we had the granddaughter, okay? And so 2 hours, 5 women, and $1,400 in sales because they see what they need. They see the products they need. It's tailored to their skin type, I have before and afters to show them credibility, but I also tell them about the 100% guarantee. And if you have the lookbook there with you, you're not showing them anything else, but you have the lookbook there with you, and they see that good housekeeping seal of approval. And I explained to them, Mary Kay backs this up 100%. If you're not satisfied with your results, you can exchange it for something different at no cost to you or me. But Good Housekeeping has also put their stamp of approval on this, which means they too will give you your money back on this product if it does not do what it claims to do. I have them, I take a screenshot of their results. And then in 2 weeks, we're taking another skin analyzer. And then in 4 weeks, we're doing another skin analyzer because we're tracking the progress. I have them go to the same exact spot, same exact lighting to take these pictures. But I have their entire list of products in my hand while I'm working with them. I email it to myself right then and there.
Okay, so with that said, you guys, when you analyze your skin, it's going to give you this long printout, and then it's going to print. Sorry, my hair is like crazy. It's going to also print out the list. So it's going to show you a picture. Thank you, Lori. It's going to show you a picture. And then if you touch your face, it's going to show you what your face looks like. So where's when I analyzed my skin earlier? Is it even in here? So when you guys do it,
Listening to her makes me want to do this.
so the results I'm trying to pull up on here is a PDF. So if you send it to yourself, it comes up like this. So when your client does this, let's say Carrie's my customer and she does her face, this, and it says share results, this is what Carrie's going to share with me. So it's going to have the customer's name at the top. It's going to list everything that the skin analyzer suggests that Carrie use all the way to the bottom. Does that make sense? So when your friends do the skin analyzer on themselves, they're going to send you these results. And then, so then you kind of know what to bring. You go, okay, well, so 3 of the 4 people that suggested they be on repair. So you're bringing repair sets with you, right? And it doesn't mean you can't. If somebody says, well, I'm going to try that in the back of your hand, go ahead and try it in the back of their hand. But like the gal said, I love how she talked about having before and after pictures, because that gives you credibility, and having some product knowledge. All they really want to know is, well, why do I want that versus this? Like, what will that retinol do versus serum C? Well, you don't have to be a PhD at everything, but I would definitely have the product fact sheet of just the things that they recommend, which is usually just the anti-aging stuff, right? They're going to glycolic radiance peel. That's one of them. Clinical solutions. That's one of them. Microdermabrasion. So do your own skin, see what it asks for, and how savvy are you on that knowledge? Now, please hear my heart. Do not think, well, I'm going to wait until I master all these products, then I'm going to go book an appointment. The only way you're going to learn how to do this, you guys, is to do this. So your 24-hour challenge is to reach out to someone you know. Ask them if you could send them the app. Ask them if they would scan their skin in the next 24 hours and send you the result. That's all the challenge is get something, one person, do your own face, of course. So do your own face with no makeup on, and then do one person. Could be a client. It's got to be somebody over 18, customer, girlfriend, relative, somebody over 18, have them scan their skin to send you the result. So, and you can go from there. You guys, if this gal is selling all this product by doing the skin analysis, and I love the science behind it. So does she, but I love the science. It's like, this is what's going on. Let's scan your skin again in 2 weeks from today in the morning, and then in 2 weeks again. So keep sending it to me, scan at the same time of day. So have any
Also builds in the follow-up.
Oh, absolutely. And it says, hey, when I get together with you in 2 weeks, why don't we go ahead and do makeup? Because I'm going to come and do your skin analyzer. So Carrie, have you used the skin analyzer with any of your clients?
It's been a while. I used it when it first came out and it didn't always work so good, but it's probably better now.
You have to
Okay.
really make sure that you have lighting.
You have to have enough light or it does not scan.
So maybe bring your own light, or
I started bringing a clip light on my phone.
So what you can do is say to them, hey, when I come over, I'll see you on, like today's Tuesday, I'll see you on Friday, but tomorrow morning when you wake up, can you just wash your face with cleanser and then go stand in natural light in the kitchen or whatever, hold your phone up so that the little green thing lights up, and then send me that result. And we'll just start doing it every 2 weeks in the morning. So that way the lighting is good. It's natural lighting. She doesn't have any makeup on, so on and so forth. Does that make sense? So as the skin analyzer could be your greatest tool. And if they felt like if I did it with Brenda and it came back and said that Brenda should be using 11 products, Brenda's going to go, well, I might not be able to afford all 11 products. And I said, well, why don't you get them at half off or free? Let's do just a couple of virtual things. At your first one, have 5 women over and I can give you 100 at half off plus 10% of the party sales. And then when we get together again in 2 weeks, you can have a different 5 people come. And then I'll get together with you 2 weeks after that to do makeup, and you can have a different 5 people come. When you give her 3 shopping sprees at half off, she's going to make a really good recruit, a really good team member, right? So I want to close with one interesting concept. How many of you know, this is going to be like, see how fast somebody can type in the chat section or shout it out. How much do you need in to a minimum star consultant? Who knows how much you need in to be a minimum star consultant? Anybody know?
1800
which is
wholesale.
50 to 20.
1800 wholesale. Is that correct? Is that what you said,
Oh,
Sandy?
a star.
Star consultant. Yeah, 1800 wholesale. So
1800.
I'm going to give you a statistic. So I'll pick on Carrie right now because Carrie won't care. Let's pretend that Carrie's goal was to be a star consultant because she doesn't want to miss a quarter. And let's say Carrie, since June 16th, has only ordered 225. That's all she's ordered over the last 3 months. She's been on a lot of vacations with every grandchild. She checked out for weeks. Okay. So,
Already a star, but okay.
yeah. So if she was supposed to do 1800 and let's say all she has in is 225, what's the balance? 1575. So if Carrie made a goal that starting tomorrow for the next 16 days, she was going to have $100 day every day for 16 days. On September 15th, to finish her star, she could actually order $1,575 and pay for it all with her sales, and then continue to sell $100 a day from the 16th of September to the end of September and put all that in her pocket. So she'll sell another 15 days worth. That's $1,500. That all goes in her pocket as profit. Does that make sense? So the first 1,500, she places her order and she doesn't miss her star for this quarter. That's if she only has 225 in. So Marty, Candy Hoover, Carrie, Sandy, Brenda, do you guys all know exactly how much you have in for star? I know, Carrie, you're already done with the 1,800, but do you know how much you have in? And if you did, like Marty, you can totally do star consultant this quarter. If you literally just decided exactly 1,800 minus whatever you've got in, and if you divide that by 16, that'll tell you how much you have to sell every day. $100 day, you guys. That means you guys could sell like 3 boxes in one day. You could sell 1 miracle set in a day. You could sell a repair set and that counts as 2 days. Like seriously, you guys can do this. It's about breaking it down and figure out where you want to be.
And
Okay.
plus on September 10th, you can order